November 1944. The skies over the Ardennes were alive with death. German fighters swarmed, confident and ruthless. But American P-47 Thunderbolts were waiting. And what the Luftwaffe didn't know would turn this battle into a nightmare they'd never forget. Visuals: dark, stormy sky, P-47s diving, Bf-109s in formation, tracers streaking. Welcome to this World War II documentary. Today, we revisit one of the most intense aerial battles of the war, where pilots faced death in seconds, and skill, courage, and sheer firepower determined who survived. From dogfights to dive attacks, this story will take you inside the cockpit of the Thunderbolt and the Luftwaffe fighters that underestimated it. The Battle of the Bulge had begun, and Germany launched a desperate counteroffensive. Luftwaffe fighters were tasked with providing air support, confident in their superior agility and experience. American pilots scrambled, flying the P-47 Thunderbolt, a plane mocked by the Germans as too heavy, too slow, too clumsy. But numbers and confidence alone wouldn't save the Luftwaffe that day. Asterisk. Visuals: map of Ardennes, German bombers and fighters taking off, American squadrons preparing. The P-47s climbed into the freezing European skies. Pilots knew their aircraft was underestimated by the enemy, and they planned to use it to devastating effect. With 8.50 caliber machine guns and rugged armor, the Thunderbolt could dive at terrifying speed, tear through enemy formations, and survive hits that would destroy other planes. Visuals: P-47s in formation, pilot POV shots, cockpits. The first German fighters approached, confident and mocking. But the Thunderbolts were waiting in a high-altitude dive. In seconds, tracers ripped through the sky. One after another, Bf-109s were shredded by the Thunderbolts' 8.50 cal machine guns. German pilots scrambled to regroup, but the momentum had shifted. The hunters became the hunted. Asterisk. Visuals: dogfight reenactments, tracer effects, explosions in the air. The P-47's weight, once criticized, became their greatest advantage. In dives reaching over 500 miles per hour, they outpaced every pursuing German fighter. They could strike and escape almost at will, impossible for the Luftwaffe to counter. American pilots exploited this relentlessly, turning the skies over Ardennes into a deadly trap. Asterisk. Visuals: side-by-side animations of P-47 dive versus Bf-109 chase. For nearly an hour, the skies exploded with gunfire. Some German pilots reported seeing tracers, like a curtain of fire, enveloping their planes. American P-47 pilots coordinated attacks, protecting bombers while decimating fighter formations. It was chaos, and skill determined life or death. Asterisk. Visuals: dogfight POV, pilots shouting over radios, P-47s escorting bombers. By late morning, the Luftwaffe was in disarray. Outnumbered, outgunned, and demoralized, German pilots had lost the initiative. The Ardennes skies were dominated by the Thunderbolt, a plane once mocked, now feared. Reports after the battle showed the P-47s had destroyed dozens of enemy aircraft, securing air superiority for the Allies. Asterisk. Visuals: smoke trails from downed fighters, pilots cheering in cockpits. One American pilot remembered, "I looked up and there were 30 enemy fighters coming straight at us. I rolled the Thunderbolt into a dive and unleashed all 8 guns. I counted at least 5 down before we pulled out." German ace accounts described fear like never before, their supposedly weak enemy aircraft proving deadly beyond imagination. Asterisk. Visuals: letters from pilots, diary readings, reenactments. The battle over the Ardennes proved the P-47's deadly effectiveness. Its speed, firepower, and durability allowed it to dominate skies once thought controlled by the Luftwaffe. For the Germans, it was a hard lesson: never underestimate the Thunderbolt. Visuals: P-47s flying into sunset, battlefield overview maps, numbers of kills. From mocked flying bathtubs to airborne predators, the P-47 Thunderbolt changed the course of aerial combat in World War II. This battle over the Ardennes is just one example of bravery, firepower, and innovation that shaped the skies of history. If you enjoyed this World War II documentary, subscribe for more untold stories of dogfights, heroes, and legendary aircraft. Asterisk. Visuals. Slow pan over Ardennes forest. P-47 soaring. Cinematic fade out.